Good morning to everyone who are watching this video. Myself Saumya of BCOM Hons, Banaras Hindu University, Section D. So today I am going to talk about economic effects of public debt, and half of the topic will be covered by one of my group members, Sanskriti Agrawal. So today I will be covering the following topics. Basically, the public debt of a country affects its economy in two ways. It has its revenue effect as well as expenditure effect. So here are some economic effects of public debt. The first one is effect on consumption. Public debt produces a contractionary effect on the economy through reduced consumption expenditure. To the extent the citizens contribute to public loans, the purchasing power in their hands is correspondingly reduced and they cannot buy goods and services in the same quantities in which they used to purchase them earlier. It is on the account of this that government all the world over resort to large scale public borrowings to reduce the impact of inflation. But foreign loans can have, under circumstances, certain favorable effect on domestic consumption. If the foreign loans are utilized for importing scarce consumer goods from abroad, they may have a wholesome effect on people's consumption and also reduce inflationary pressure in the economy. The next one is effect on public investment. A large scale public borrowing programs reduces the amount of investable funds available to the private sector for investment purposes. After all, the investable funds in the money market are limited in supply. If more funds flow to the public sector, less would be available to the private sector. Public debt therefore impinges directly on the availability of funds to the private sector. The next one is effect on distribution. Public debt also affects redistribution. If the public loans are subscribed by rich people only and the amount so realized is spent by the government on economic welfare of poor people or low income groups, the benefit will be a narrowing down of inequalities and a more equal distribution of income between people. But if the burden of public debt along with interest payment falls on the poorer classes also, the tendency of public debt would be to increase the inequalities of income. If the public loans are of small amount, to the extent that poorer sections of the society can also subscribe to the public loans easily, then the payment of interest will be to the poorest people of the society, resulting in the reduction of inequalities. However, if the bondholders and the taxpayers are identical, there would be no net redistribution of income. This need not be the case. Accordingly, some redistribution of income will take place so long as the taxpayer and the bondholders belong to different groups. So the next one is public debt and credit control. Public debt also produces some impact on the effectiveness of credit control measures by the central bank. It is well known that the main contributors to public loans are the commercial banks, which are acquired under statutory law to invest a predetermined percentage of their investable funds in government loans in exchange for bonds. These government bonds are highly liquid assets which can be converted into cash in no time. With these bonds in hands, the commercial banks can float with impunity the central bank's directives to curb the expansion of credit through bank rate and open market operations. The commercial banks can at such times add to their lending ability by obtaining loans against government bonds from the central bank, which is obliged under the law to meet their requirements. The next one is effect on cost of production. So the cost of production of a product depends upon the prices of raw material and other factors used in production. The state utilizes the borrowed money in providing raw material to the producers at reasonable rates, even on concessional rates. The state may also utilize borrowed money in promoting industrial research as well as in providing subsidies to private enterprises, particularly in cotton and small scale industries. So that's all by my side. So thank you very much for watching this video.